Mashujaas Day has been with us since the dawn of our republic. It is a day to remember, reflect upon, and celebrate all examples of Kenyan heroism, great and small, well-known and unknown, by all except the few who witness it. To those men and women whose efforts and sacrifices gifted us independence from colonial rule and imperialism, and those who advanced the cause of democracy, and those who upheld the rule of law, on behalf of the entire nation, I express our eternal gratitude. Fellow Kenyans, Kenyan heroes whose acts of sacrifice, service, and generosity for the sake of others reminds us again and again what is best in our nation and humanity. Our heroes come from all occupations and from every part of our country. But among the greatest of our heroes and heroines are those who run towards danger while most of us flee it. Our men and women in uniform. The Kenya Defense Forces are serving us bravely in Somalia as part of an African Union force that is fighting terrorism in order to bring peace to our region. We recognize the hardships of war and the sacrifices in blood and life that they have made, and indeed we thank them for their service. We are staying the course in Somalia alongside our region and the international community because we know that as long as Somalia is under the assault of terrorism, Kenya will not be safe. We also celebrate the men and women of the National Police Service who often undertake their duty at great personal risk. Among them are the brave officers who are protecting villages and border towns from brutal criminality. We thank them and recognize that we must improve their conditions of service if our gratitude as a nation is to take concrete shape. And it is for this reason that my administration has undertaken the boldest police reforms in a generation. But we also thank our Kenya Wildlife Services, our forestry services, and all our disciplined people who day and night risk their lives to protect this beautiful nation and her people. For the men and women who are lured into terrorism against our people and our nation, I advise them to read the history of Kenyans, to understand that Kenya cannot be defeated because her children fought hard for our freedom. And we will never allow this country to be destroyed by any person or group of persons. I join other Kenyans in thanking the men and women who are preventing and reversing radicalization in our country. We also recognize that they come from every walk of life. Some from the security services, others from civil society, and most are friends and relatives of those targeted. Preventing and reporting radicalization is an act of love for the individual targeted, our communities, and the nation. Sustained prevention will require us to work together as a nation, and I therefore urge all counties to formulate strategies, launch and implement a county action plan to prevent and to counter violent extremism so that we can all join hands in protecting our nation. Today, as has been said, we also celebrate Kenyans who lift the banner of our nation high. Our record-shattering athletes like Eliud Kipchoge demonstrate our talents and confidence. Our scientists and innovators, such as the medical team that separated the co-joined twins, Blessing and Favor at Kenyatta National Hospital, our young computer specialists who have the courage to bring to life new technologies, and our entrepreneurs who bravely embark on delivering new services to Kenyans and the world. We celebrate the millions of Kenyan workers who every day strive to faithfully perform their responsibilities and provide for their teachers, for their families. We recognize too our teachers who are passionate about developing our young minds and impart good value, and our farmers who toil our land to produce food to feed our nation, our doctors and nurses who are at their duty stations daily and working hard and honestly to earn a living and to save life. Let us also recognize that we also need everyday heroes, that every one of us can be a Mashujaas. The power to do good and contribute to the transformation of our country lies with each and every Kenyan.